Welcome to Inside British Royals. This is your exclusive look inside the world's most famous family. We are exploring the scandals, secrets, and power plays that define the modern monarchy. If you are new here, please do well to hit that subscribe button for more updates. This morning, on what was supposed to be his 66th birthday, the man once known as Prince Andrew was arrested. Instead of birthday wishes, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor was greeted by police and taken into custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office. It's a stunning and frankly unprecedented development in a scandal that has been eating away at the royal family's reputation for years. In this video, we're breaking down the exclusive details of the arrest, the incredibly serious charges he could face, and what this seismic event means for the future of the British monarchy. The day didn't start with celebrations, but with the quiet arrival of 6 unmarked police cars at Wood Farm, his home on the Sandringham estate. Just after 8 a.m., plainclothes officers from Thames Valley Police took the former prince into custody. At the same time, police were spotted at Royal Lodge, his old 30-room mansion near Windsor Castle, as searches were carried out at both properties. In a carefully worded statement, Thames Valley Police confirmed they had arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office and that he remains in police custody. While they didn't name him, which is standard practice, multiple outlets quickly confirmed the man in question was, indeed, the king's brother. Now, the charge itself is no small thing. Misconduct in public office is a common law offense in the UK, and it's reserved for people in positions of public trust who deliberately abuse or neglect their duties. This isn't for minor mistakes. The Crown Prosecution Service says it requires conduct so far below acceptable standards as to amount to an abuse of the public's trust in the office holder. This is not a slap on the wrist. If Andrew is eventually charged and convicted, the offense can carry a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. This arrest yanks the long-running saga out of the court of public opinion and straight into the British criminal justice system. So, how does a man born second in line to the throne end up in a police cell on his 66th birthday? To get today's dramatic events, we have to rewind just a few weeks to a data dump that poured fuel on an already raging fire. On January 30th, 2026, the U.S. Justice Department released millions of documents from the files of the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. While earlier revelations focused on sordid allegations of sexual abuse, which Andrew has always denied, this new batch of documents painted a different, and potentially criminal, picture of corruption. Buried in the files were emails from 2010, back when Andrew was the UK's Special Representative for International Trade and Investment. The emails appeared to show Andrew forwarding confidential government information to Jeffrey Epstein. According to the documents, he appeared to share details from official trade visits, including information on potential investment opportunities. This bombshell prompted the anti-monarchy group, Republic, to file a formal complaint with police, pushing them to investigate Andrew for misconduct in public office. Their pressure campaign clearly worked, and that assessment culminated in today's arrest. Of course, this is just the latest and most serious chapter in a story that's been unfolding for over a decade. Andrew's downfall is a timeline marked by one catastrophic error in judgment after another. His friendship with Epstein was the original sin. He kept associating with Epstein even after his 2008 conviction, a decision he'd later call a mistake. Then came the allegations from Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was trafficked by Epstein and forced into sexual encounters with the prince, an allegation he has always vehemently denied. The scandal hit a fever pitch in November 2019 with his now infamous BBC Newsnight interview. In what has been called a car crash attempt to clear his name, he showed a shocking lack of empathy for Epstein's victims and failed to express regret for the friendship. The public backlash was immediate and overwhelming. Just days later, he was forced to step back from all public duties. The consequences kept piling up. In January 2022, his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, stripped him of his military affiliations and royal patronages. He settled a civil lawsuit with Virginia Giuffre for a reported multi-million-dollar sum, admitting no liability. But the damage was done. Finally, in October 2025, his brother, King Charles III, took the final step. Through a formal process, he stripped Andrew of his titles of Prince and Duke of York. From that point on, he was just Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, a private citizen. And that new status is now being put to the ultimate test. The arrest of a monarch's brother is an extraordinary event with no modern precedent, and it sent immediate shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. The response from King Charles III was swift and stunningly direct. In a statement released within hours, the king said he learned the news with the deepest concern. But then came the knockout blow, signed Charles R. "Let me state clearly, the law must take its course." He added that the police have the royal family's full and wholehearted support and cooperation. This is not the palace circling the wagons. This is a deliberate, calculated move to distance the institution of the monarchy from the actions of one man. It's a clear message that under King Charles, no one is above the law. For years, the royal family strategy was seen by many as damage control, hoping the scandal would just go away. This statement signals a ruthless shift. It's brand protection in its most brutal form, prioritizing the survival of the crown over the fate of the king's own brother. It's understood that the Prince and Princess of Wales fully support the king's message, presenting a united front. For Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, the future is deeply uncertain. He remains in custody, and while police can hold him for questioning for up to 96 hours with court approval, most people are either charged or released much sooner. The investigation is live, and no charges have been filed. But the process that has now started could lead to a criminal trial, one that would pit the king's brother against the crown itself in court. This arrest plunges the monarchy into one of its most profound crises in modern history. It is a monumental test for King Charles III. His decisive statement suggests he knows the immense threat this poses to the institution he leads. He's betting that by siding firmly with the rule of law, he can cauterize the wound and prove the monarchy can hold its own accountable. But the damage is still immense. The image of police cars at a royal residence and a former prince in a cell is a Republican's dream and a monarchist's nightmare. This scandal is no longer just about the alleged crimes of one man. It has become a referendum on the very nature of the royal family, their privilege, their accountability, and their place in the 21st century. The arrest of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor on his 66th birthday is the climax of a decade of scandal and a turning point for the House of Windsor. We've seen the details of the arrest. We've retraced the timeline of terrible judgment and damning revelations that got us here, and we've heard the king's unprecedented statement that the law must run its course. Now, a man who was once a prince of the United Kingdom faces the justice system as a private citizen. The questions that linger are profound. Can the monarchy actually withstand this? Is King Charles's decisive action enough to restore public trust, or is the damage just too deep? As this investigation unfolds, the very foundations of the modern monarchy are being tested in real time. What do you think this arrest means for the future of the royal family? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date on this and other major stories, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.